to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Well, judging from the picture on the title card and the fact that you may have seen me trying to make out with my Nintendo Wii U pad, you can guess that this video is going to be about the Nintendo Switch. Well, Nintendo officially announced the Switch today, a few hours ago. I wake up, I make my coffee, make my breakfast, do my husbandly duty of chores, pop on front of my computer, about to watch a couple videos, and next thing I see is boom, Nintendo Switch announcement. And oh my god, Nintendo is pretty much thinking infinitely out of the box on this console. Much like the fact that they originally infinitely thought out of the box for the original Wii. If you haven't seen it, it is an amazing console, an amazing concept. And I really cannot do it justice explaining anything on this without, showing the video. So look it up. It's on Nintendo's official YouTube channel. You can even check out all of the reaction videos that are happening with this sumbitch. I'm not doing one because we know how I feel about those type of videos, plus everybody's doing it already. Yes, I also realize I'm one of the thousands of assholes doing this video right now, giving Nintendo free publicity, but you know what? On this one, they deserve it. The console itself is a different take on the Wii U pad, and pretty much nothing else. You can hook it into a base system that will hook up to your big TV and play the game that way with a controller that they'll offer or provide or charge extra. Or it can be used just like a Wii U pad and have the game played on here with this being the controller and monitor as well. And from reports that we've heard about the monitor, it's actually pretty badass considering the tech going into a very small portable screen on this badass. The monitor and the control pad combo on the Switch is the console. That is insane. The sides of the controller come apart, and you can either slap them together to have a controller and have the pad itself as your monitor for on-the-go gaming, or from what they were showing as well, you can take one of the sides, each side off, hand it to a friend, and have more than one person playing on a small version, kind of like this being a controller, and your friend also having another controller and playing multiplayer games that way. They actually showed NBA 2K17, I think, with two Nintendo Switches and both pretty much hubs being all four controllers for a 4-player match. They actually showed a couple games. We knew the new Zelda is a day one launch, but we also knew that Skyrim is coming out on the system, and I think it's possibly the remastered edition of Skyrim. Holy crap, that is awesome. A new Mario Kart possibly as well? Holy crap, that was a system seller for the Wii U, let alone gonna be for the Switch. That's an amazing franchise. New Mario game. And we've heard rumors and speculation that there's going to be two different systems. One being $300, which is just the console itself, and another being about $400, which is coming with two games. I wouldn't be surprised if the two games was the new Zelda game and the new Mario game that they just showed. That is how you sell fucking consoles, folks. And then they showed competitive gaming with people training on the Switch in various formats and then going into a competitive gaming tournament or whatever, and they were playing Splatoon. I've never played Splatoon on the Wii U. I only own a handful of games at this moment, but if they're releasing a new Splatoon for the Switch, that is insane. You've hit so many different genres, hopefully, on launch day. We've got your sport games with the NBA 2K17. We've got your action platformers with Mario and your action open world Zelda game that everybody's been wanting for decades now. We've got your shooter games or your competitive multiplayer games with Splatoon on top of Mario Kart if a new Mario Kart is coming to Switch. What format are they using? Yes, that's right. It is confirmed. Cartridges. And everyone is saying cartridges. It's not. It's memory cards. Basically expanded memory cards. And the handheld market has been using this for years. Nintendo has been using still cartridges to this day with the 3DS, with the DS, and with all those versions, and you get the feeling that the 3DS and the DS XL and all these other DS systems were kind of ironing out the kinks on what a bigger cartridge format for a console system would do in the future. Now, before anybody goes into a tizzy and a panic, you can get 32 gigabyte memory cards pretty cheap nowadays. To put in perspective, the Xbox One discs and the PS4 discs have about 50 to 60 gigabyte max storage on them. So 32 gig for Nintendo isn't all that crazy, considering that they're not really a powerhouse juggernaut graphics in your face, super realistic. They are more about the gameplay. But my biggest concern about this is going to be price point for accessories. I know they did a damn bang up job explaining what you can do with this console from the trailer, which is what a trailer is supposed to do. It's supposed to show you what you're expecting to get out of it. Do I need this? Do I want this? Why do I need this? And I think the Switch did all of those and then some. You could say it was a portable console home thing till the cows came home, but until you actually see it in action and what it does, your mind is completely exploded. And you're just like, alright, I get the distinct feeling that there's going to be pre-Switch console and after Switch console. Because I really think if any of the other console makers out there, PlayStation and Xbox, are going to release a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox 9001, that there's going to be a now handheld component to everything. My biggest concern as I was getting, and I got off track on that one, what's going to come in bundled with the Switch package, even just the base model? How many controllers and what type of controllers are coming in with the Switch? Because they showed you a lot of options, especially with the Wii Pad shenanigans, that these can clip off and turn into multiple controllers or one controller. They also showed a Pro-style controller. But also, will the old Wii U work? The Wii U Pro controller, or the Wii controller, or the Wii Pro controller. Will that stuff work with the Switch? And if it does, home run, Nintendo. Home run. Out of the park, out of the stadium, in the parking lot, bouncing, hitting an old lady in her head, knocking her down, causing a five-car pile accident, which causes an explosion, which brings the ball back to the game that was being played where it was initially hit, and everyone's just going, well, that was awesome. I know it was a bizarre explanation, but this was a bizarre thing to wrap your head around until you see it. This has been Dahmer's Cool Stuff, and as always, do good gaming, and the shirt is intentional.